new things happen all day. Some are good, some not so good. In today's complicated world, while you're busy working, playing, and living life, we're busy helping you make sense of the day's news. And there's only one place where it comes together with clarity, context, and accountability. It's 21 News at 6 with me, Madison Tromler, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 6. It's what the day's news really means to you.
Welcome home to a home made homier with Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods. Inspiration starts at BairdBrothers.com and is turned into reality when high-quality hardwoods are delivered right to your home. Baird Brothers has the latest design trends, shiplap and skinny lap interior siding, antique oak rustic flooring. And, well, you'll find them all at BairdBrothers.com. Ordered easily, delivered conveniently, enjoyed comfortably. BairdBrothers.com.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Located on South Avenue in Boardman.
Coca's Pizza, proud to announce our pizza buffet's back every Wednesday at our Boardman and Campfield locations. Adults only $7.99 and kids only $4.99, and $2 beers starting at 8 o'clock. That's Coca's Pizza. We serve it hot.
And welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, inside the friendly confines of beautiful Raider Stadium here on the campus of South Range. DJ Yoakley as well as Chris Sigler with you. And we are in for a dandy tonight. Round 2 of the playoffs here as South Range hosts Crestwood, the Red Devils in town. And the opening intro for the Raiders, produced, edited, and directed by Adriana DeLucia. Plays here in the stadium, and you will see the Raiders run through it here momentarily and break into week 12 as only the Raiders can do. The cheerleaders are out. The band is out. The air with a crisp tinge to it here in this November 6th. And it's time for South Range football. Here they come, the South Range Raiders. There they are, bursting through the banner. The perfect, undefeated, undisputed, hoping to be 12-0 after tonight. Crestwood, Chris, you and I talked about it, a smaller team, not only from a size-wise on the roster, but also from a legit standpoint. Probably the smallest team, I would argue, that South Range has played to this point in the season.
Numbers-wise, I would totally agree with that. You're looking at maybe 25 to 30 kids on that squad across the way for the visiting Red Devils.
There's only one team that I know that can get away with that kind of numbers, and they're in Warren. And they're going to be in business tonight as well as they take on a team that has booted them from the playoffs twice in the last 3 years, Cuyahoga Heights. So we'll keep our eye on that. We thank you for joining us here tonight. $9.99, you get all the games. So up in the right corner of your screen there, you can click and watch whatever game you'd like. Hopefully you stick around on this game for a while and enjoy the burgundy and gold. DJ Yoakley, Chris Sigler with you. If this is your first time with YSN, well, yes, you're going to see some favoritism. One school is a YSN school, the other is not. We don't put down kids, but we support our own. This is going to be booted. This is a beauty of a kick fielded at the 11-yard line. Lindstrom trying to find some space, gets up to about the 24 where he's taken down by a host of Red Devils. Talking to Coach Yeagley in an interview that you'll hear at halftime here on YSN. Billy Skurpak has done some special things for this team this year. Hasn't necessarily been highlighted for it, but he's not the kind of kid that necessarily needs it.
It's what leaders do. They step up in the shadows. Teammates count on him. He's one they can count on.
Raiders with two receivers, one on each side. Skurpak with a sidecar to his left puts Connor Jones in motion from left to right across his face. Billy looking deep already. The Raiders looking for the kill shot early. They go deep and just overthrowing his receiver Pass intended for Connor Jones, and he overthrows him by about 1.5 yards.
Great play call by that coaching staff of South Range. Great job already by the Big Uglies up front. They gave Skirpak all day to throw that pass. There wasn't one player within 3 yards of him.
And you know what? The Raiders looking to take the top off the defense right off the jump.
They're very well scouted. I mean, every team scouts them, knows what they're about with their running game, so why not take a shot early?
Raiders back on the ball. Snap there. They're going to go handoff on the draw, and that one's going to get across the 30 to the 31. Dylan Dominguez, the YSU commit, will keep his talents here locally. Will follow in his brother's footsteps and join the Penguin football program next fall, at least to this point. Obviously, things can change. Not necessarily think they will, but you never know. I mean, Ohio State comes knocking, LSU comes knocking, you're going. Heard Clemson's also one of those ones to look out for. Dream destination. Lindstrom with the wide receiver screen. The former gymnast gets loose, and that's going to be enough for a first down. Lindstrom goes into his brethren on the sidelines, and that's plenty to move the sticks for South Range.
Great job by Lindstrom to turn it nothing into a lot right there on that play. Missed tackle by the Red Devil defense led to a big play for the Raiders.
It's not a situation that the Red Devils can do tonight. Lindstrom will make you pay. Up, down, left, right, A, B, A, B, whichever way you put it.
Select start.
That's it, buddy. The magic code. Man across the face of Skirpak in the pistol. Skirpak goes handoff and stacked at the line. Still moving. Maybe 1 yard on it. That's Dylan Dominguez with another carry, his second of the night.
You know, something we can focus on all night long in this high-powered Raider offense is the defenses for both squads. Each squad only giving up about 14 points a game. So they're very formidable on the defensive side.
See if the Raider offense can showcase what they've been doing all year long, and that would be the changing of the tide in this one. Here's Skirpak. Takes a snap, looking to his left. He's going to take off. Billy, the kid, on and down to the 30, to the 20, and out of bounds he goes. The burgundy and gold on the move again.
So dangerous is Skirpak's scrambling abilities. Recognizes the open field and converts.
There you hear the voice of the South Range Raiders, Paul Munson. Oh, Springfield down 6-0 already in their game against Norway. A little bit of a shock there. They go handoff. Dominguez cuts back on the inside, gets down to the 5 yard line where he's spun down to the turf. Raiders, so far so good, Chris.
44 points a game this team averages. I mean, it's no secret. They're a well-oiled machine on offense. They execute well. The game plan, every game, executed to a T.
Skirpak peeks at the defense. Here on second down, they go handoff up the middle, and a big collision at about the 3 yard line. Bodies carry to the 2. And that's where the Raiders will pick up at the third down here. So third down for the Raiders, and they can still get a first down. It's going to be 3rd and inches for South Range. They'll spread it out. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Leone to the bottom of your screen. Man in motion. They go handoff around the corner and into the end zone goes Connor Jones. Touchdown, Raiders.
Great opening drive by South Range. Mixed up the play calls, pass, run. Big scramble play by the quarterback. Takes them down the field for an early score.
The ability to be diverse
Yep.
in the play calling.
Yep.
Is that, do you think, the most dangerous aspect of South Range?
We've talked about it multiple times when we've done games together. I agree it is. And the motion they use on offense for different sets, it's just unmatched in the area.
Snap is down. Starkey's kick is up, and it is good. Right down the middle goes Starkey and makes it 7-0. With 8 minutes and 42 seconds to go in the first, the Raiders 7, Red Devils 0. Back on YSN after this.
You know, I pride myself on not being a typical car salesman. People close their own deals at my desk. I don't ask them, anything other than if they like the car, if they like me, you know what I'm saying? If it makes sense, let's do it. If not, no harm, no foul. I'm born and raised on the West Side, so I love being able to help all the people that I grew up with. I'm Bobby Bashara, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you.
Coca's Pizza, proud to announce our pizza buffet's back every Wednesday at our Boardman and Campfield locations. Adults only $7.99 and kids only $4.99, and $2 beers starting at 8 o'clock. That's Coca's Pizza. We serve it hot.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. DJ Yoakley, Chris Sigler with you. 7-0 Raiders with 8:42 to go in the first quarter. Beauty of a drive for the Burgundy and Gold leading things off. 7 plays with a 313.
Yep.
75 yards, not bad. That one booted away. And will it stay in bounds? It will, just in bounds. And the Raiders are there. The ball is still intact. I thought they lost the ball. Yes. So the Raiders get the Devils pinned on their own 10-yard line. My goodness. I say it all the time in volleyball, Chris. You couldn't have placed that football in a better spot there.
And you never know the way the football is going to bounce. And unfortunately, right there, for the receiving team, it didn't bounce very well. Big break for the Raiders early.
Devils break the huddle. Quarterback is Evan Daniels, the senior, 6'2", 180. Ball is on the 11, so a little forward progress as the Devils put a man across in motion from the shotgun. Daniels looking, firing left, has his man, and that ball is dropped. That was close. That's one of those ones that he made a football move. I wasn't sure necessarily if he had it the entire way. The refs had the angle, and that one falls incomplete. 2nd and 10 for Crestwood.
Crestwood last week fell down early, 14-0 to Berkshire in the first half. Fought their way back to victory. Cannot afford to do that tonight against a strong Raider team.
I don't think so. This is a team of destiny. We've talked about it before. They are on a collision course with a team that starts with a K and ends with Ertland. And we see a hard count is going to get the Raiders to jump off sides. That could be a different storyline. There's not a whole lot of teams that have done that to South Range this year, testing the discipline. That'll cost the Raiders 5.
Yeah, that's a good weapon as an offense to use. Now you got a manageable 2nd and 5 on offense. You're right on schedule if you're the Crestwood Red Devils.
Yeah, 2nd and 5 is beautiful. So many plays in the playbook for that. Daniels, man across his face, drops back, looking. He's pressured, throws, and that one is almost picked off in and out of the hands of Lindstrom. Your reaction says it all.
Wow. A little bit of panic in the quarterback right there. Just tried to throw it away, and Lindstrom was right there. Just couldn't haul it in.
3rd and 5.
I would guess Lindstrom was probably a little surprised it was that easy to him, too. He's probably shocked.
Lindstrom looked like he got targeted on that, you know what I mean, from a reception standpoint. Pitch to the left on 3rd and 5. Raiders all over it. My apologies for the frog in my throat. Loss of 1 brings up 4th and 6 for Crestwood.
I would say that play was a direct result of the previous play. Coach didn't want to have an error this deep in his own territory. You punt and live another day.
Yeah, try to flip the field here. Lindstrom back at his, at the Crestwood 40-yard line. Snap a little bit tall. This is punted away. Lindstrom going to field it. No, he's going to let it go as it enters South Range territory and will be down at about the 45-yard line. So that's where the second drive for South Range will begin. What did we learn in that first drive? 75 yards. South Range didn't sputter at all. It felt like they just picking up from last week against Rootstown.
Nothing changes if you're them. That's why I like watching this offense. They can get you really quick, or they can put a methodical drive together, which they've done in the past. And you just don't know what to expect if you're the other team. I said it on the first drive, the motion is key to their offense, and they execute it well.
Dominguez deep in the backfield, under center, Billy Skirpak again. The junior pitches near side. There's Dominguez running over Red Devils on his way to Crestwood territory, and that's going to be plenty for a first down.
Good job by Jacob Brooks up front to get out, spring a good block for Lindstrom to get to the outside. That offensive line is so key to this offense.
And we say it all the time, they're not the biggest, but man, do they want it more than anybody else. And that's half the battle right there. Skirpak in the shotgun. He's got a sidecar to his right, two receivers to his right as well. They're going to go Dominguez on the near side, crosses over the 40-yard line. Dominguez starting to pick up the pace a little bit as well. He's a young man who has gone toe-to-toe with every back in the valley and continues to come out on the better side of it.
He's the benefactor of having so many other weapons with him in the backfield. And then you just take advantage of your opportunity.
And vice versa.
Every time. That's right. They all do.
Lindstrom to the far right side. You got Leone down at the bottom of your screen. They're going to go handoff this time on that sweep play, and it's Connor Jones who's running over people left and right like a bull in the china shop.
Same play they scored the touchdown on. Why not keep running it?
Enough for a Raider first down, says Paul Munson, the official voice of the South Range Raiders. Clock ticks down to 6:38, where it pauses on the out-of-bounds play. 7-0 Raiders here. Jones going to line up on the left. He's going to reverse course to the right. Skirpak moves another. Lindstrom right across his face. He goes handoff. A little misdirection for the Raiders. It's Dominguez. Dominguez into the end zone. Are they going to have him down? They're going to say he got in. Dominguez for 6. Count them up. It's 13-0.
There's that motion again. Fake motion. Handoff inside of Dominguez. Big time blocks inside to spring him out. Touchdown.
Touchdown he had a couple weeks ago. Still my favorite of the year, where he literally busted, well, I guess not literally. He figuratively busted out a surfboard and rode an eagle into the end zone. Not many people can say they rode an eagle ever.
No.
Dylan Dominguez can put that on his resume. Starkey on to kick the extra, trying to make it a perfect 14-0. Snaps a little high. The hold is good, and the kick is as well. So, with 6:30 to go in the first quarter, Range picking up right where they left off, 14-0. Back after this on your Sports Network.
Every customer has a story, whether it's buying a car for the first time, helping them get approved, or finding the perfect car for their budget. I'm proud that people trust me with their story. I'm Tracy, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. DJ Oakley, Chris Sigler with you. Read it off, buddy. We're not passing notes. This isn't 4th grade.
Raiders scoring drive. 5 plays, covering 55 yards in a minute 15.
See? I let you have some time on the mic.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
The kick to about the 20-yard line. It's going to be brought out to... Uh-oh! They lost the football. Raiders saying they have it.
The officials say he was down.
Okay, so a little he said, she said to start this drive, and the beneficiary is going to be Crestwood. I'm going to say Camel at some point tonight, and I'm probably going to say Crestview at some point tonight. So if you're out there from Crestwood, I apologize in advance, and the people of South Range are watching this in the Valley, you get it. Daniels under center. They're going to go hand off to the fullback. My goodness. That might be a world record in how quickly he was taken down.
I think he ran into his own player there, too, I believe. His own player took him down.
Took one of those, I don't even know what they're called, the juke, I guess,
yeah.
the top button on the controller. Did one of those right into his own guy. And
R1.
R1, that's it. I'm an Xbox guy, so. Daniel's going to take it himself off that right side. He's able to get his way up to the 35-yard line before a host of Raiders take him down. Quarterback keeper will get him third and manageable. Let's call it 3rd and 4.5 as the chimes are going off here in South Range.
Big
Raider
down.
Stadium.
Big down for the Red Devils. Second week in a row they find themselves down by 2 scores early. Getting a first down here is pivotal for this team.
2 receivers to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Back in the backfield. Daniels drops back. He's going to get pressured. Good block there. Tosses over, and that one is going to be incomplete. Pass intended for Nate Blasioli. And that is going to be incomplete, forcing 4th down, and I don't think it's panic time just yet, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
No, but that's just not the start you envision if you're the visiting team.
At this point in the season, though, when you scout South Range, you have to understand that you can't get behind 2 scores early.
No, you can't. The team's too well coached, too well prepared.
Lindstrom back. He's going to take the punt return. Fights through a couple tackles and finds himself up to about midfield, and that's exactly where they're going to spot him. 50-yard line is where the Raiders will start drive number 3. They've been successful on the first 2. What do we expect on this one? A little more diet of Dominguez?
Diet of Dominguez. Why not?
Haven't seen Pennick yet, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see a little bit of Pennick here.
And if you're going to get to the point in this game, if this continues on this path, you may see Coach Yeagley start to do some different things just to hone in your abilities for the weeks to come.
Skurpak with a sidecar to his left. It's Dominguez. They're going to fake the handoff. They're going to go over the middle, and that pass is going to be intercepted. Intercepted by Crestwood, and it is going to be brought back to the 45-yard line. Intercepted by 28. That is Jones Honeycutt, the junior, 6'1", 180, with a big pick to turn the tables on South Range. We have not seen a whole lot of turnovers by South Range the entire year, let alone in the playoffs.
No, and that wasn't that poorly thrown of a ball by Skurpak, just a little too high for the receiver. He had a step on his defender, just a little off. The defender was right there to make the good play for the defense.
So now the best field position that Crestwood has had, a couple 3-and-outs. Let's see what they can get going here. And we're going to see a false start, and that will not be the way that the Red Devils wanted to start their 3rd drive.
That's a momentum killer right there, right away. Just a mental mistake, a momentum killer after you make a big play on defense to possibly get yourself back in this football game.
Hard count works against them there. We saw it work earlier in their favor. Daniels in the gun. He's got 2 receivers on each side. He moves one from left to right. Quick throw over to that left side, and a broken tackle gets him the sideline, and that is going to be enough for a first down.
Good play by Honeycutt to shake off the defender and get extra yards up the sideline. Big play for the offense. First time on this side of the field, gets him in good position to try to cut into this lead.
First down, and as you said, in Raiders territory. Move the scoreboard around for you so you can actually see the play. Daniels moves a man across his face. They take the snap. He's looking to the right. Now he moves to the left. Going through his checks and throws it down the field where it's going to fall incomplete, out of bounds.
Probably a play Daniels could probably could have scampered up the sideline for 10 yards if he wanted to.
I think he knows probably the jig is up on the Raiders when they say, hey, you got guys that are the best in the nation, running backs best in the nation, say that's the hardest I've ever been hit. These guys are not afraid of the cold temperatures that are wearing the burgundy and gold, I can tell you that. Handoff up the middle. Good move. Right off the jump. There's a little bit of shiftiness in that young man. What number is that?
22.
22.
Blazzoli.
Louis Blazzoli. 5'10 senior.
You know, we probably don't talk enough about this Raider defense. You know, we always talk about the high-powered offense. This Raider defense only giving up 31 points the last 5 games. Total.
It's a good stat. Where'd you read that?
And I got another one right after this play.
Fake the handoff, looking for some room. Daniels, and he's going to be close to the sticks. Red Devils say first down.
It's going to be just short.
They're going to say 4th down. Now what do you do?
There's no decision here.
Go for it?
Oh, absolutely. You're down 2 scores. You got to do anything you can. You're on the road. You finally got something going on your side. This is it right here. You need this first down.
This is where home field advantage comes in handy if you're South Range.
Watch the hard count here.
Daniels takes the snap. They go handoff. Stacked up. Will there be enough?
I think he's got it.
I think he's got it too. And he will. Nicely done by the Red Devils. Blazioli. I know I'm butchering that, and I apologize. We'll get it right. We'll find out what it is, and we will make it up to him. Regardless of the last name, that was a beautiful run.
Good job by this offense. They're mixing up the plays as well. Quarterback has shown that he can put the ball in the air.
A little bit of momentum here for the Red Devils. Man in motion. Daniels calls for it. Drops back, looks, a little bit of a screen. That one over his head. He was well covered. Jones and Lindstrom in the area for South Range. The intended receiver was Blazioli.
So I'm going to get back to what I was talking about with this Raider defense, only giving up 31 points total the last 5 games. Crestwood's only scored 30 twice all year. So their coach knows they're not that high-powered of an offense. Every play matters on that side of the ball.
Draw a comparison here in a moment for the local folks. Oh, pressure on Daniels. He's looking to throw. He gets downfield, and that one going to be incomplete. So that'll bring up 3rd and 10 for the Red Devils.
Good decision by the senior.
Live to fight another day,
That's
huh?
right.
All right. So people laughed, but I said all week, Poland and West Branch, it was going to be basically a rematch of South Range and Poland. I think that West Branch and South Range would be the best game out of anybody left on YSM because they're so evenly matched. But I think it comes down to their defense. And South Range, advantage Raiders.
I would agree with that.
Dropping back, the pressure on again, and he gets out of it a couple times. Finally, about 7 Raiders combine to make the sack. Bailey Ryan gets credit for it, at least partial credit for it. But listen, this is a team that they don't care what the stats look like as long as they're, in the words of Coach Yeagley, +1 at the end of the night.
That's right. That play was blown up from the get-go by the front of the Raider defense. That QB had no chance. Good job by him to hold on to the ball.
You can see on your screen where the line to get is for Crestwood, and they're just going to try to punt it away. Little pooch punt. And that one is going to, Lindstrom jumps on it. Oh, there's a scrum for it now in the end zone.
Touchdown.
And I think we do have a touchdown. We do.
Wow.
Crestwood.
Wow.
And that's a ball that Shane Lindstrom's going to want back. That's a ground ball that hopped up on him, and Crestwood scores. How do you even describe it? I don't want to say it's a fluke touchdown, but that's a...
It is. You got to remember, these aren't professional athletes. They're kids. So You want to field the punt. You want to make a play for your team. Unfortunately, the ball, I said earlier, the ball bounced well for them on the kickoff that Crestwood could not field.
Wait a minute. What are they doing here? No touchdown. No touchdown. They take it off the board. I'm not sure how. Maybe. I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. I can't even take a guess at it. The ball's on the 20-yard line now. Lindstrom, they're going to say touchback. Wow. Okay. So the Raiders dodge a bullet there. Two receivers to the right. They go handoff. Dominguez, see if they can make them pay. And Dominguez goes up to about the 25-yard line.
Okay, so I'm going to finish my point. So you never know how the ball is going to bounce.
Sure.
And unfortunately for him, it didn't take a great bouncer. I mean, he tried to make a play. Very fortunate for whatever the call was.
Hang on. Wow. I don't necessarily understand that one.
I don't understand
up the middle.
that rule, but South Range benefited from that.
Yeah, and again, we're not trying to pick one side or the other. I honestly don't understand what we just saw.
Especially when it was played by the receiver, and he made a choice to misplay that ball. But it is what it is, and very fortunate for this South Range Raider squad right now.
So that could be a 14-point swing here.
Oh.
And listen, if I'm Crestwood, there's reason to be upset on that sideline or at home watching this game right now. Skurpak goes handoff, and once again, it's Dominguez. There's a little bit of laundry that's going to be down at the 35-yard line. That's usually not good news for the offense.
Nope.
So 1st and 10 could go to 1st and 20. And everybody's backing up, so that's going to be the case. Holding against the Raiders, and they'll repeat first down. So the ball on the 25, 1st and 20. Two receivers to the right, one to the left. Skurpak in the gun, looks quickly over the screen out to Dominguez, makes a beautiful one-handed catch. He's got the sideline and crosses into Crestwood territory. That's going to be enough for a first down.
Great play call by this Raider offense. 1st and 20, they don't phase because they have so many weapons, so many abilities to get 5, 6, 10, 15, 25 yards at a clip. It doesn't matter.
Takes you back to the baseball days of Dylan Dominguez making those one-handed catches and bringing them in.
Great play.
Who needs OBJ when you got Dylan Dominguez? That's what I'm saying.
I would never compare a kid to OBJ.
That's true. Two receivers to the right. They're going to go fake handoff, little misdirection. Lindstrom on the top of your screen, going to get the reception. Spins down to about the 43, 44.
Probably the last play of the first quarter.
You're right, partner. There it is. Clock drips dry. It's zeros. After one, it's South Range 14, Crestwood 0. On to the second quarter when we come back on Wyatt.
Quality, customer service, and integrity. Those are the 4 words that have driven our success since 1957 at Joe Dickey Electric.
Joe Dickey Electric is one Mahoning Valley landmark business that stays current with the requirements of our customers. Family owned and managed, we are an electrical contractor and energy solutions provider. Every member of our team adds to his or her skill set through ongoing training. Residential, commercial, industrial, automotive, and more. We keep ahead of the needs of our customers with a fleet of more than 50 vehicles and 24/7 emergency service, so you're never left in the dark.
Every customer has a story, whether it's buying a car for the first time, helping them get approved, or finding the perfect car for their budget. I'm proud that people trust me with their story. I'm Tracy, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Working with your family can be stressful at times, but because they're family, you know that you're going to get a loving, honest answer, even when things don't make sense to any problem. Dealing with Medicare can be confusing and overwhelming. That's why here at Myers Family Insurance, we do our best to give you honest and caring answers to all of your questions. Family, like Medicare, isn't always perfect, but when you put others first, the results can be amazing.
For all your Medicare needs, call Myers Family Insurance.
Here we go, back to action here. Thanks to Myers Family Insurance for all their great sponsorship and support over the years. Official partner of South Range and, of course, here at YSN. We enter the second quarter on a pass from Skurpak, and that's going to be good enough for a first down right off the jump. So the Raiders trying to dial up some offense here to get things started as they did in the first quarter. You said, Chris, during the break, that touchback could be the telling point of the game.
Without a doubt.
Skurpak takes a snap. He looks to his right, fires. He's got his man, and Lindstrom has room. Lindstrom cuts back in, and he is so shifty, so good at what he does. Playing that role of the Wes Welker / Julian Edelman that you saw with the Patriots, and he fits perfect into the script here tonight.
He does, and this drive has been him right here. 2 plays right there. He's put a lot of effort in after the catch. He's so effective with yards after the catch that you have to corral him right away or you're going to pay for it.
2 receivers slotted out to the left for Skurpak. He's got it back to his left as well on his hip pocket. He goes to Dominguez, and Dillon rumbles his way down to the 10-yard line for forward progress, and that is I thought they were coming off the field.
I heard the whistle blow. They blew him dead. You know, something you sit here and you watch this Raider offense, just how many people Coach Yeagley gets involved on this offense.
Well, give credit to Allegretto, the offensive coordinator.
Yes, and they get so many people involved on every play, whether it's in motion, whether it's handoff, throwing the ball outside. It's truly amazing at this level.
Ball on the 10-yard line, 2nd down and 7. They go handoff. Connor Jones fighting his way down towards the goal line. Be close to a first down. Not sure that he got it. It's going to be 3rd and short. Very short, as in an inch.
You know, they've put together potentially 3 scoring drives, and I don't think we've mentioned Dominguez's name 3 times total in all 3 combined. That just shows you the balance they have.
There's a pistol. They go handoff
right
side. Dominguez into the end zone for his 2nd touchdown of the night. So a 14-point swing for South Range. First it was a touchdown for Crestwood. Then it was a touchback for South Range. And now it's a touchdown for the Raiders. And they increase their lead to 20-0. Impressive?
Very. Those are the drives I was talking about earlier. You know, they can get you from real quick to a nice, long, methodical drive.
I mean, these are the – you just look at it and you go, wow. The bounces that we've seen over the years for South Range that have gone against them seemingly are starting to go their way.
And it's not by accident. This team's good.
Absolutely.
Great players, great coaching, all goes hand in hand. And they're making it look really good right now.
Ball will be kicked away from the 40-yard line. This is a very impressive team, Mr. Sigler. You look at it on their way to a 12-0, at least looking at it at this point. You know, you look at the way things are going, 21-point lead. You know, you're a couple scores away from getting that clock rolling in the second half. Garraway is the team that we have circled for next week, and obviously that is something we will keep our eye on throughout the night. But the team that everybody wants to see, everybody in the state wants to see South Range and Kirtland. And Kirtland right now with the longest winning streak in the country. And I believe it's at 49. It might be 50 now. I think it's 50 tonight if they win. 50 games in a row.
Is it?
I believe so. I mean, dream matchup. You don't get that. It's 52. My apologies.
Amazing. Scoring drive. 9 plays.
Well, I will say this.
80 yards.
Kirtland lost to Crestview today in soccer. So
there you go.
Nanny boo boo.
I did see that.
So they are mortal. This one is kicked to the 20-yard line. Good return. They have the right sideline, and the Raiders able to stretch out and push them out of bounds.
There's something in the water there, though, because if you can put together a soccer team and a football squad,
volleyball,
at this level, size schools, there's something in the water that you're doing right there. Yeah, it's just not. We're not talking D1. We're talking small school.
D5.
Yeah.
Had a chance to hang out at Strongsville, their gym, for the Wellsville and Reserve game the other night. That's a unique gym. I really, really liked it. Flags fly in. It's going to be false start on Crestwood.
Last local team went down today in volleyball. Wellsville Tigers fell 3-1.
Yeah, unfortunate. What a great year that the Tigers had, and there's some seniors there they'll miss. But a freshman you are bound to hear of for 3 years to come.
She's good.
Presley Stokes. Get ready.
LeBray, 13-7 over Brookfield in the second quarter.
Lee Corso called Purdue over Michigan State this morning. Everybody thought he was crazy.
I'm just glad my Buckeyes get him at home.
Handoff up the middle, not much doing there. That'll be second down and 14 for the Red Devils.
Well, they got to get something positive here going quickly.
Blazzoli on the carry.
I mean, this mountain may be too big to climb right now already. Down 3 scores of this South Range team. We know, we've seen it. So well coached on defense as well. This defense is underrated. I keep saying it. Very underrated squad.
It's the burgundy boa as far as I'm concerned. This is a snake that just wraps itself around you, the defense, and tightens itself around you until it suffocates you. This is a pass over the top, caught, and immediately tackled by South Range. So it's going to be third down. No, is it incomplete?
Nope. Ineligible man downfield.
Oh, boy.
You know, when it rains, it pours for the Red Devils. You know, the quarterback made a nice throw, breakdown in coverage, all for naught.
My goodness. Crestwood, you could feel almost the deflating feeling after that touchback. And now it's starting to, I mean, penalties will kill you every single time. And you can feel the frustration from up here in the booth. And you feel for them. You really do.
Yeah.
Because you know they're amped up. That, hey, we're going to be the ones that take down South Range.
Thing.
We're going to be, there's no goose eggs being hunted here tonight.
Second round of the playoffs. We're excited. We're here for a reason.
Red Devils win motion. Daniels in that pistol look. Drops back. He's going to look, fire downfield. He's got a man and overthrows him by about 5 yards. So it'll be 3rd and 20.
Yep.
Yeah. 3rd and 20 now here in the second. DJ Oakley, Chris Sigler with you. 8:19 to go before halftime. And at halftime, we'll have a special interview with Coach Yeagley. Done earlier today. He talks about how special this team is, why it's worth talking about constantly. And you're only going to hear about them more, especially after if they can keep things up tonight. Toss down field at the original marker, line of scrimmage. That is going to be 4th and 20 on the incomplete pass.
You can feel it, just the air out of the balloon on that side of the field right now. And South Range is doing it too. But that play, we keep talking about it on the punt, has just sucked the wind right out of this team.
Yeah, it's been a rough ride so far for Crestwood. And the cold is only going to get colder as that scoreboard continues to light up on the one side. This one is going to be booted away, and Lindstrom going to back off of it, yell poison, and Raiders will start at their own 38-yard line. So far, so good for the Raiders. The only sour spot to speak of is that interception. Billy Skirpak threw, and that didn't even hurt him.
Do you start to ask yourself, how much do we want to show on tape at this point?
I was thinking that at 14-0. You know what I mean?
At the same time, you got to keep your kids sharp.
Yep.
So
another great opportunity to get some valuable experience for some of the younger ones. Oh, a little misdirection. Catches Crestwood off balance, and that's going to be a nice gain for the Raiders. Gain of 8, brings up 2nd down and 2. Jake Starkey on the handle. Honeycutt on the tackle.
You know, a lot of people will tell you this is when the coaching starts.
JFK up 27-6. Extra point pending over in the Eagles' nest.
You get to this point, going for 12-0, you're up 3 scores. You've been up big for the last 2 games. It takes a lot of coaching for these kind of games as well.
Pitch, right side. Dominguez bouncing off tacklers like a ping pong ball and able to find his way for a first down. Plenty enough for that, and into Red Devil territory yet again. And that's a slow developing play that as it goes up, you don't see that much in the NFL anymore. You don't really see it in college football. Everything's RPO. That's one of those old school plays that only a back like Dylan Dominguez can do because of the offensive line in front of him.
You got that offensive line that's going to finish their blocks and allow him to spring himself outside.
And he goes from 0 to 60 like a Maserati. Handoff, another misdirection by the Raiders, and that one should have been dead 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage, but instead Kraus gets back to the line of scrimmage, so no gain on the play, but no loss. That's a win.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a good job by Kraus to somehow get back to the original line of scrimmage and not lose any yards.
Second down and 10. Leon going to split out to the bottom of your screen there, checking in with the sideline official. Rolling out to his right, firing, and the pass is completed to Leon, and that'll be plenty enough for a first down for the Raiders as well. There's a name that we'd love to see get involved.
You know, and guys like him will get involved. They will get involved, you know, and it's just these are plays you're not going to see on too many tapes. They have them in their wheelhouse, and they'll execute them when they have to.
13-6 in the second. Springfield has the advantage, 13 unanswered for the Tigers. For those, and again, if you bought tonight's game, you can go to the top right of your screen and you can watch that game as well. Oh, looking deep down the sideline, trying to find his man. He's got Leon in the corner. Touchdown Raiders. A 28-yard touchdown strike. Back-to-back targets for Aiden Leon, and the Raiders keep on rolling.
Leon used the size advantage he had on the outside. Ball was a little underthrown. Came back and made one heck of a play.
My goodness. Again, Billy must go to practice every day like I used to go to Toys R Us on Saturdays when my parents would take me to get toys. There's just so many toys to choose from.
It goes back to the coaches getting a lot of kids involved.
I guess they're not afraid to put something on tape. Starkey puts it up, and it is right down Broadway. 28-0. We'll take a break with 5:50 to go here in the first half. Back after this.
Now is the time to think about your future, where you want to go, what you want to be. Your future can start now at Kent State Salem or Kent State East Liverpool. We have programs that will open doors and provide opportunities for you to pursue your passion. We are affordable, we are close. You call it hometown, we call it Kent State University. Learn more at www.kent.edu/Columbiana. You belong here.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, shop with confidence knowing we're ready to go the extra mile for you. With the largest selection of used vehicles in the Valley, backed by the Greenwood Advantage Warranty. Only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Hey, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Sigler, DJ Yoakley with you. Raiders 28, Crestwood 0. And 5:50 to go. How did that drive go for us, Spartan?
5 plays, 61 yards in just 2 minutes, 12 seconds. So that's what I'm saying. They can get you real quick, or they can lull you to sleep down the field.
We'll have to check around the scores outside of the YSN family, see if we have a Kirtland score. They would line up with the winner of the Garrettsville-Garfield game. Love to see Garfield and Kirtland battle mano-a-mano and play the winner of that game. That's another dream matchup. There's a lot of people clamoring for South Range versus Garrettsville-Garfield earlier this season. I think that even is a good game for both sides. But again, if you're asking anybody around here, you're asking anybody. There's a lot of demons in the closet of South Range, and to be quite honest, that Kirtland team has a lot of the nightmares that these young men have.
I tell you, though, you get to a certain point, you don't care who you're playing.
That's right.
You want to keep just playing.
Got to play them at some point, right? It's going to get harder every week. That's what Coach Yeagley says. The option, that is muffed and down at the 21-yard line. So Crestwood, this is the point in the game. If this is a video game, you're looking for the reset button.
Yeah.
Yeah, this isn't going our way. Where's that reset button? Oops.
Yeah, it's just getting tougher for this Red Devil offense right now.
Devils come out with 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. 2nd and 19. They go draw, and that goes absolutely nowhere. The Raiders there, they were knocking on the door, and they weren't looking for sugar. 3rd and 20 as the clock ticks down to 5 minutes, and the bells chime here, as they always do, on 3rd down in Raider Stadium. Two receivers split out to the left, 1 to the right. Daniels with a sidecar on each side of him as well. A lot of misdirection, and again, just a draw play up the middle. The Red Devils just okay, living to see another day. I think that's as close as a white flag as you're going to see.
I was going to say that. The white flag is on the pole right now.
I think they know what they're in for now. Lindstrom back to field at the 50-yard line. Nice snap. Boot is away. A little bit of pressure applied by South Range. Lindstrom fields inside his territory. Trying to find some sideline here. Thinks about doubling back and gets taken down at the 47-yard line. So the Raiders will start their next drive inside Crestwood territory. And a score here would open things up for the second half and get things rolling with a running clock. We saw it last week at Rootstown, or here against Rootstown, I should say.
You start wondering how many times you're going to start seeing some of these first-teamers run out onto the field right now, too. They work hard during the week. You still got to get them reps. You still got to keep them sharp. But there's always that guy on your shoulder that says we got to keep them healthy, too.
That's right. Skurpak going to hand off the ball to Dominguez. Dillon going to get back to the line of scrimmage and fight his way for a couple yards on the lean forward. 2nd and 8. And the thing that I love most about this Raider coaching staff is not just the fact that, hey, we want to keep our guys safe, but the confidence that they have in their reserves. You know, and only playing time at this level, at this point in the season, and Sean Guerrero is one of the best at telling people this. You know, they've played almost an entire season extra in the postseason over the last couple of years.
Sure.
So that's valuable experience that their young kids are getting with every week that they play. Skurpak rolls out, fires. He's got a man, and the catch is made. Rolling to the end zone. Touchdown, Raiders. They've done it again. This one from 45 yards out.
Connor Jones.
CJ, 46, back on the board. And the Raiders are up 34-0 with the extra point pending. And they are just flexing at the mirror at this point.
They are wide open in the middle of the field. Great effort after the catch.
So here's the question. We talked about putting stuff on tape. The more you put on tape now and things like that, the more that the other team has to
sure. I totally agree with that.
How do you stop something like that?
A lot of practice.
Yeah. Here's the bad part. You only get a week to prepare.
Yeah, that's right.
Put up and good. Starkey stays perfect. It's 35-0. 3:09 to go before halftime. Back after this on your Sports Network.
The feeling when my hands are on the piano, it's become comforting. It's somewhere that I can express myself. I go to Youngstown State University, and my passion is playing music. YSU is allowing me to take what I love and turn it into a career and do it every single day of my life. I'm Alyssa, and I'm YN proud.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Located on South Avenue in Boardman.
Coca's Pizza, proud to announce our pizza buffet is back every Wednesday at our Boardman and Campfield locations. Adults only $7.99 and kids only $4.99, and $2 beer starting at 8 o'clock. That's Coca's Pizza. We serve it hot.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. DJ Oakley, Chris Sigler with you. Ooh, I almost said 28, 35-0. Raiders, 3:09 to go before halftime. Again, folks, top right-hand corner of your screen, playlist is available. Other games going on right now. Springfield adding a score to Norway. Jamie Thompson, Anthony Romo, and Mike Ackelson doing that game. And a little short kick there. Caught everybody by surprise, including the young man who recovered it. I think he was down, and referee's quick to blow the whistle. This is some of the better field, what's the word I'm looking for? Position, thank you. Field advantage was not what the word I was looking for. That's what I was going for. Field position we've seen for Crestwood tonight. Run off the right tackle, and this one going to be a gain of about 6. That's why I keep Randy Dominguez around. Little known fact, I have him follow me around, so whenever I'm at a loss for words, he usually fills it in. Not always a good thing.
Raider defense trying to make it 10 straight quarters. Shutout football.
Handoff up the middle. Nothing doing there. The Raiders close the door on that one pretty quick. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and about 2. And there's the bells again. Clock ticking away. Does it feel like Crestwood's just trying to get out of this first half?
Yes. After that score, I would say both teams will be. For different reasons.
That ball's loose and recovered by Crestwood, it looks like. That's going to bring up 4th down. Now you're going to see exactly the intentions of the Red Devils. If they punt here, and that's what it looks like it's going to be, grab some hot cocoa.
Yeah.
Yep, you're absolutely right. If there's no fake here, it's
the flag is up the pole.
Grab the towels.
That's right.
Dominguez is going to go deep just in case it is a fake, I think. Clock ticks down to 5 on the play clock, and they're punting it away. So it is going to be muffed by Dominguez. He's able to pick it up and recovers inside his own 20-yard line. So the Raiders, with some of the worst field position that they've had tonight, will look to do something with 1:15 on the clock. Probably just run the football here.
I would say so, and this could be the last time you see this first-team offense tonight, too.
Yeah, I think that and we mean absolutely no disrespect to Crestwood at all, but
you have nothing else to prove.
Yeah,
if you're the South Range offense. You've executed everything you've wanted to do tonight. You've mixed everything up well. You couldn't have wrote it up any better.
Ball on they say the 12. That is not the 12. That's the 18-yard line, it appears to be. Handoff up the middle, right side, trying to find some running room, spinning and getting up to and over the 25-yard line to the 27.
Flag in the backfield.
And that's usually going to go against the offense. It is holding, and they will back the burgundy and gold up with 1:08 to go before the big break. Fans, don't forget, every weekday from 3 to 4, you can catch the Power Hour on YSN. Catch all the news and talk of our Valley's sports with myself and, well, a round table of hooligans every weekday, 3 to 4 on the Power Hour. Handoff on the draw. Uh-oh. Breaking free. There's Dominguez. He's got the sideline. Look out. And he gets tackled at about the 44-yard line. Dominguez isn't done. I don't even think he owns a white towel.
No, that hole was huge that he ran through. Nothing special there. He just did the job from the line of scrimmage on.
His mom took him to Kohl's for a bath towel. All they had was white. Dylan said, I'll take it from here. Leone at the bottom of your screen there. Snap to Billy. Roll out to the right, firing, and that one caught by Aiden Leone. Another target for AL24. And that's another first down and another little piece of tape that people are going to have to watch.
Yeah,
good luck stopping him.
They just got to keep watching every play right now. I mean, good luck focusing on one aspect of this offense.
And what's crazy is, as a coach looking at South Range, you're looking at this tape and you're like, all right, I've seen enough. But they've still got more. Trust me. If you're watching, don't stop. Skurpak steps up, bounces off of a tackler, spins, and he's finally taken down in the backfield. So 30 seconds to go, and
Coach Yeagley takes a timeout.
Yep. So a timeout taken by South Range. We'll take one with the old ball coach. This one brought to you by the
Jimmy Sutman here, director of Isle, Purple Cat, and Golden String. We are happy to support YSN and two of my favorite people, Scotty Mincher and Super Dave O'Malley. We are an agency that provides services for adults with disabilities. We infuse humor, passion, and joy into their lives. If you know of any folks with disabilities that need our assistance, please contact us.
It's a new year at Acura of Boardman and Boardman Mitsubishi with huge savings on over 350 fully inspected vehicles. We have cars, trucks, SUVs, minivans, and work vehicles. If we don't have it, our team will find it. We aim for 100% credit approval with payments as low as $99 per month. And as always, we'll pay top dollar for your trade. For a great vehicle and a great experience, come see why everyone is stopping by at Acura Boardman and Boardman Mitsubishi.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. DJ Oakley, Chris Sigler with you. 2nd and 17 or so for South Range. 29 seconds to go. Chris?
That timeout tells you right there that they're not happy with that play. They want to finish this half on a positive note. They want to score. That's what that tells me right there. They want to score.
Go out on top.
Yes.
Have some good stuff to watch on film tomorrow and Monday. Billy drops back. He's going to step up and crosses back into Raider territory. Gets all the way up to about the 37-yard line, and we've got a flag. No, timeout.
Another timeout.
Timeout. So the Raiders not done yet. 20 seconds to go. We'll keep it here.
This also tells me that this first squad's probably done after this half.
Yeah.
When you're one to execute plays the way that they want to right now, and they're wasting timeouts up 35-0.
Well, you remember,
what,
a few weeks ago, maybe even a month ago now, we talked about the offensive line, and the big thing was finish.
Mm-hmm.
Finish. That's probably what they're talking about down there. Okay, guys, listen. Finish on a positive note.
That's right.
And then you're done.
Yep.
But if you don't, you're coming back out. You're coming back out. While we have a minute, I want to say thank you to our sponsors, advertisers, such as WFMJ, Baird Brothers, WRS Wealth, as well as Greenwood Chevrolet, Burbick Farms, iSynergy, Youngstown State University, Coca's Pizza, Joe Dickey Electric, Boardman Mitsubishi, Myers Family Insurance, Kent State, Columbiana, and Trumbull, and the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Thank you so much for all your support this year and every year here on YSN. 3rd down for the Raiders. Snap is there. Billy looking downfield. Scrambling, spins off. Oh, a little happy feet there, and Billy's going to take the sack, which will get us a 4th down. Will the Raiders use their final timeout? Doesn't look like it. We're just going to go, proceed. Wait a minute. Wait just a minute. A procedure penalty should stop everything on the offense. So that'll back the Raiders up 5. That play won't count. It'll still be 3rd down. And they will roll the clock, and the Raiders are okay just taking it now into the halftime.
Right here, yeah.
So that is going to do it for the first half. Raiders 35, Crestwood nothing. We'll be back with the interview with Coach Dan Yeagley from earlier today, right after this on your Sports Network.
News doesn't stop after the sun goes down. Sometimes you just have to hustle to get it. At 21 News, no matter how far it is, no matter what it takes to get there, we're working to bring you the best stories and the freshest content at 11 p.m. with the context and clarity that makes it worth staying up for, no matter what time it is. 21 News at 11 with me, Aaron Simonek, and Derek Steyer.
21 News at 11, news that's worth your time.
Hi, everybody. Welcome into another edition of Coach's Corner with the South Range head football coach, Mr. Dan Yeagley. Coach, how are you?
I'm doing great. It's a beautiful day. The sun's shining. And it's game day, so it's always better. So how are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. It's game day, and I get to talk to you on game day, which is my favorite thing to do on game day other than call your wonderful undefeated Raiders, which I'll have the chance to do tonight from Raider Stadium. Awesome. The last game this year at Raider Stadium, Coach, for your team. Talk to me about how important it is to you and the guys and your entire staff to know that this is you get to go out on your field your way.
It's amazing. And, we talk about that. We talk about the important, the first home game is always important. We always talk about parent night and how important that is for the kids and to spend the time with their family and walk across the field. I know that I remember my parent night and when I played and walking across with my mom and dad and how special it is, and special now because they're still here. I mean, they're still here. They come to every game and watch, and those things are special. And it used to be parent night was your last home game, and that made it extra special. But now with the playoffs and us doing well and everything else, you get a couple home playoff games and you get to do some extra. And we had a nice talk this morning about how special it is and how young players don't realize the significance of that last game at home. And it's very, very special. And we're going to have, we'll shed a couple tears tonight, and, hopefully things go the way we hope it does. And we're regrouping again for the next week. And then we'll be at neutral sites and playing wherever. And but it's exciting, and the seniors know how special it is because they've had a great career here and a great great season, 12 wins this year or 11 wins going for 12 and week 12. And they know that this is a special game, and they have had a great career at South Range Stadium and looking to go out on a good note, hopefully.
Naturally, I mean, if you've never been to Raider Stadium for a South Range Raider game, it's always been special. But now there's an intro, the band plays when you're running through the banner. It's a very special. It's very emotional, and it's almost like a bolt of lightning hits you right before you guys go out on the field. Talk to me about how it's changed since 1995 to 2021.
It's always been special. I mean, it's a lot of fun, and thanks to the band, they've always made it special throughout all these years, and the cheerleaders have always made it special. But it's the people in the stands. I mean, the South Range community, the South Range faithful that's been following us for years and years. that's what's special. I mean, we're here putting on a show. I mean, we're that's our job, is to entertain people and everything else. And we try to do our very best year in and year out, and game in and game out. And but we're playing. We always talk about playing for each other, playing for the guy next to you, the guy who's going to play in the future, and the guy who played in the past. But those stands are full of people that played or have watched South Range football for years and years and years. And that we're playing for a community. It's bigger than us. I mean, it really is. It's for everybody. And the South Range community has been fantastic for all of us. And years in, and like I said, years in and years out. And it's special. South Range is a special place. And I know I say that often, and some people don't get it, but it's true. South Range is a very special place.
I think it's even cooler now that I know the backstory, that those videos, those hype videos, are by Adriana DeLucia, who is a graduate of South Range.
Oh, it is, and she does a great job. I mean, they're fantastic. My goodness, and she went to college, and that's what she went to college for. And I don't even know her whole story, but she's a great young lady. I mean, I remember having her in class, and her brothers, obviously, and how special the whole family is, and it's fun. She does a super job, and it was fun last week. Sometimes I don't get to see the reaction of other teams, and some tone us out or whatever. But Rootstown last week was watching that, and I think they were impressed. I think that they saw a little taste of what South Range football is all about, and it's fun. And thanks to her doing that, and again, thanks to Mr. D and the band and everything else, and the cheerleaders to make it, like I said, make the whole experience special for everybody.
All right, so I'm going to ask you a question. We'll just keep it between us, okay? So,
okay. Nobody's listening?
Nobody's watching this. Nobody watches this. My mom doesn't even watch this, right? She watches everybody else. All right. Okay. So I know you're not a Steelers fan, but a couple weeks ago, there was an incorporation of almost a rally cry whenever they hit the what the Steelers know as Renegade. So Renegade hits the speakers. Do you even, I mean, is there a moment where you can even take that in or pay attention, or is that just you're keeping business as usual? Because the fans certainly took notice of Renegade playing in Raider Stadium.
I didn't even know it happened. I can't lie to you. I mean, my goodness. It's a I'm worried about 65 young men.
Yep.
That's on game day, and that's where my focus is. And I don't hear a lot of the background noise. Don't hear a lot of the background songs and everything else. I don't know why I don't hear it. I'm focused on what's at hand. And like I said, these kids are special, and they're very special to me, and that's where my focus is. So I didn't know. Well, good for them. I figure, the South Range community, probably half are Steelers fans, half are Browns fans, since we're right in the middle. But it's I didn't notice that, but I'm glad you did.
I was throwing it up and around. I'm getting excited now just thinking about it.
Well, I hope they do it again for you then.
They did it 6 times against Hubbard. That's when I really noticed it.
Oh wow, that's awesome. Keep on doing it then.
Okay, so now we know that it's business as usual down on that field. I know that the players are locked in as well. They're focused. One of the guys I really want to highlight today is a guy that's really, he's getting some press clippings this season for what he's doing on the field. But Billy Skurpak is really making some headway and breaking some records, and nobody's talking about it. Talk about this junior leader on your team and what he's meant to the success of the Raiders this year.
We talked about today when we had a little wake-up call and got together, and we talked about intro music. There you go.
Phone.
It's your mom yelling at you because
that's it. We are watching this.
He's been a blessing. I mean, he stepped in and took over the reins and did a great job and made it his own. I mean, he understands what we're trying to do. Him and Coach Allegretto have a great bond where they're thinking on the same wavelength, and they know what each other's thinking. And we give them a lot of leeway. I mean, we give them a chance to check off plays at the line of scrimmage according to what's going on, and he's done a super job all year. he understands. And today when we were talking about explosive plays and stuff like that, and we talked about Crestwood's explosive plays and, play through them today actually. And we talked about us, talked about our explosive plays and how we've had a whole bunch of them, a plethora of very explosive plays, and Dylan running, Connor Jones running the ball well, but then all of a sudden, there's Billy, tossing it all over the place, and he's done a super job. And we talk about quarterback ratings. Most, we do quarterback ratings and everything else, and he's been almost perfect almost every single week, and with his percentages, with his touchdown passes and everything else, and he's, he is a leader, and the kids look up for him. The kids respect him, and the kids know that he's in charge when we're in the huddle. And he's going to break multiple records. I guess we haven't talked about him because they're going to keep on falling as this season and next year goes on. And he's just a great young man, and like I said, he's fun to be around. He has fun at practice, and he even runs the scout team. Does a great job running the scout. He's always in the mix, and luckily, he's been, knock on wood, been healthy most of the season and doing a super job. And like I said, he understands what we're trying to do. Him and Coach Allegretto are on the same wavelength, and he understands what we have to do and what has to be done to make the team successful. And he does. He has a lot of things going on, but he really does put the team first and understands how important it is to have the team there, because the team is what's going to make everything click.
Well, I know I owe him a boatload of graphics coming up for all the records he's breaking, all the things he's done this year. But one I want to highlight is Billy threw an 89, and you probably remember this vividly, an 89-yard touchdown pass to Connor earlier this year against Struthers, surpassing the all-time South Range record of 86 yards from Ryan Miller to Greg Dunham in 2014. Just a little bit of what Billy Skurpak has done this year. And we've been watching, obviously, very, very closely since Anello Bazzacco, which was our first year in 2017. Coincidentally, 10-0 that season as well. So there's a lot of similarities to this team and that team, and we've talked about that. Let's talk about the postseason and the regular season. And a lot of people talk about the honor and privilege it is to get to Week 11, to Week 12 and on. This is a Raider team that, and I apologize if I'm speaking out of turn, expected to be in Week 11 and Week 12 and continuing, hopefully, to Week 16.
You know what? There is a lot of expectations, but they also know. We talked about that a little bit this week too. That it's one game at a time. Because if you don't perform well and you don't do your job, you're turning in equipment. And they understand that you can't overlook anybody. You gotta play hard. You gotta do all the little things. We talked about. We beat Rootstown last week, and then all of a sudden, this team beat Rootstown week 1. So Crestwood is they're in week 12 for a reason, because they have a really good running back and they have a really good quarterback that makes things happen. And, there is a lot of expectations of these kids, and these kids have set high goals. And, we don't talk about goals a whole lot. I talk about, I don't want to put my goals or my expectations on the kids because they have their own. Some of them are individual, some of them are team oriented. We allude to the team oriented ones quite a bit. But we say you got to have goals. You got to set your sights high. That when you start your business, you set your goals high and set your standards high, and you knew the hard work that it took to get there or to get where you want to be, and you're still not done. Right. You still have bigger goals, and YSN is a great example of what hard work will do and how hard work will pay off in the long run. And we do the same thing. We talk about work hard, win the day, get after it, get better. If you don't have a good week of practice, then chances are it's going to reflect on game day. Little things like that. So we've been, our goals are high. We're a lot of expectations. When it gets to week 12, having been there a few times, it gets harder. It really does. And the distractions become a little bit more and little things like that. But kids were focused this week. I've been real pleased with how focused they were and getting better day in and day out. And, after this one, luckily enough to win tonight, it's going to get harder and harder as the weeks go on, and the focus has to get a little bit more narrow. We got to make sure that we're on the right path and that we're on the same path together. That's the main thing. As a team, we can do anything. As individuals, we're going to struggle. So we're going to fight and keep on going and try to focus on the team and focus on Crestwood tonight, not the other weeks. We got to focus on this one.
The margins of victory have been significantly up. You know what I mean? And I think that's a token of both the offense that people have been talking about since week one, but also your defense is really, really starting to shine and really starting to make some headlines, because you look at teams like, I mean, I don't know if you got to watch any of the games last night, but you watched the West Branch and Poland game, and obviously you scrapped with Poland. Everybody talks about their defense, and you guys were able to come out on the other side from that. You look at some of these other teams against Hubbard and Canfield, two teams you're very familiar with. Hubbard's in your conference. Does it make you, I mean, I don't want to say do you pay attention to that, because I know you hear about it because that's who you are. You're embedded in the community and you're embedded in the coaching fraternity. But do you ever sit there and go, like I do when I wake up this morning and go, how good is South Range that they're putting these teams to sleep by this margin of victory?
We're looking to win. That's the ultimate goal. By how much doesn't matter. I mean, we're looking to win, and again, hats off to my staff because they do tremendous things. Coach Allegretto and the offensive staff, they do. They have it clicking offensively, and Coach Rock and the defensive staff, they have it clicking, and we make some bold moves throughout the year, and not just play calling, but just even in practice and some changes and things like that, because we have faith and trust in the kids that they're going to get it done. We felt like there's sometimes during this year that we were stagnant a little bit and had to make some changes. And, here you are 7-0 or 6-0, and all of a sudden you're saying, yeah, we got to do some things a little bit differently here. We got to, it's not where we wanted to be at that time, and, made some changes, and hats off to them. Agreeing and implementing the things that we need to do to get better, and the changes that we need to do. The margin of victory, you look at it, and I know other people look at it, and you look at West Branch and their offense and how well they've done all year, and putting up a lot of points and this and that. And we put up some points, and we played great defense. And the thrill is, the last few weeks is our young kids have bought into what we're selling. And, when they're getting in, they're still keeping our opponents out and maintaining a couple shutouts here. And mainly because they understand that that's what we want as a team. And that's what they're playing for, the older kids. I mean, that's what's amazing. And the old kids get excited about it. You see them cheering on the sideline and everything else. And it really is. It's a great team, and like I said, we're not looking at margin of victories, and we're not looking at this. We're looking at we talked about efficiency before, and we're trying to be efficient offensively and efficient defensively, and things are happening. But things are going to get tougher as it goes on. But we're blessed. I mean, blessed over and over to be in a great league. The NE8, having 4 teams in. Yeah. 4 teams in. Half the teams got into the postseason, and half the teams won the first game into the postseason and moved on. And last night was a tough one for the league, but they went against some really good opponents. So, hopefully, we really feel that the league prepared us for this, prepared us for the playoffs, along with the rest of our schedule with, Springfield, Kansas Central Catholic, and those guys really prepared us for this postseason and gave us the looks that we're going to see in this postseason. So, no, not looking at the margins of victories. We're looking at the wins and looking at the next week, and one game at a time. And like I said, I'm just so proud of these kids. I told the newspaper that the other day that I know I say it over and over again, but I really am. I'm so proud of these kids and how hard they played all year, and how hard they fought for each other, and maintain their goals and to maintain what they're focused on, what they're trying to accomplish.
I mean, I can't be in love with that response anymore. I know you don't care as long as it's +1 for the burgundy and gold.
That's exactly right.
It does not matter to you, but
Right.
it is impressive nonetheless. And
it is impressive, and like I said, hats off to my staff because they've gotten us to that point where our offense is clicking. And like we talked about Billy and Dylan and Connor, and go on down the list. Aiden and Shane and all those guys. JD, they're making things happen, and you got to give credit to the guys up front offensively because they're making it happen too. And defensively, it's basically the same kids. They're fighting tooth and nail to do what they're expected to do, and it's fun. I mean, last night I didn't watch a game. I can tell you that right now. I didn't watch a game. I watched South Range actually. I was going through and going some things and went through the season and watched some South Range plays and some South Range highlights. And I ran across the 89-yarder by Connor Jones, Billy to Connor, and how great a play that was. And, I watched South Range last night and watched a little Crestwood along the way. I almost said Crestview. I guess we talked about that.
You and I, we're in the same boat.
Yeah, I know Crestwood, and watch some of them and watch some of their explosive plays and stuff like that. And it was a nice, relaxing evening with Kelly, and watched some football and ate a little ice cream, and watched it again, watched South Range instead. And to me, that's more important. I'm glad, like I said, the teams in the area are doing well, and best of luck for all of them, and even tonight, and hopefully us Raiders, we can keep it going also.
Coach, you and I have talked about being different. That's one of the things in my personal life that I strive to be. I strive for our network here to be different. And I feel like you're on that same kind of avenue, that same groove where it's a little different, because most coaches, and I don't want to speak for anybody else, but most coaches would watch a game or two, last night and see kind of what was going on. You're so focused on your kids always. And I think that's what makes you and your staff different. So my question to you is, how do you build the relationships that you build with your staff and the kids that come through? And you've done it so well and so authentically over the last, since 1995 and probably before then. How do you do that? There's an intention there.
They know I care about them. I mean, my staff knows I care about them. They went to games. I mean, they were all over last night, and we have a group chat going on. So I was keeping track of the games and just wasn't watching them. And the kids know too. The kids know that not just me, but the whole staff cares about them, and we're here for them week in and week out, and year in and year out. They're what's important to us. My staff, I've been fortunate that the school system has given me the opportunity to hire who I want and bring in who I want, and it's like I said, South Range is a great place, and they give me that power. Very picky on who I bring in, and sometimes I bring people in because they need us and we need them, and it's a good mesh because we can help them grow. And we've lost some great coaches that went on and pursued careers at other places, which is what you want to happen. You want them to go ahead and be successful wherever they go, and that's exciting. But the kids, I just they know that we're there for them. And this morning, why was I watching film of us last night? Because I wanted to go ahead and there's some things I wanted to show them about why we have been successful and what we have to continue doing to be successful.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. For the rest of that interview, or to watch it anytime you want, go to ysnlive.com. It is up there also on our social media channels as of right now. Halftime about to conclude, about a minute left on the clock, 35-0 Raiders. It has been all Raiders. And Chris Sigler, when I look at you and we talk at halftime about this game, it is nothing but a formality right now.
Pure dominance by the South Range Raider squad. Offense, defense, special teams. Although one gaffe on special teams that we still are a little confused about, but it went their way. We'll see how they can keep it going this second half.
One moment while I get to the halftime stats, give you a little bit of an update on what's going on with the Raiders. Raiders put 14 up in the first, 21 in the second. Leads us to our 35-0 game so far. Connor Jones, the first one to score, rather. 2-yard run, touchdown. We'll get you caught up here in just a moment after kickoff. Kirtland up at the break, 30-0. As we were getting messages throughout, so thank you to those helping us keep track at home. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you again for utilizing our service here at YSN. $9.99 again can get you all the games on the network tonight. Got 5 of them going. This one is going to be pooched and down at the 35-yard line. So Crestwood will have some decent starting field position to get the second half going. Things that Crestwood has to do in the second half, I mean, kind of a tough question at this point.
Anything positive they'll take at this point. You know, one play at a time if you're that coaching staff. Obviously, you're going to try to end this season on a positive note for them.
1st and 10 for the Red Devils as they break the huddle for the first time here in quarter number 3. Daniels under center. One receiver to each side. He's got backs everywhere in the backfield. They go handoff, and off the right guard. He's going to get about a 4-yard gain. 2nd down and 6. Let's see if we have the stats to this point defensively. Unofficial, of course. That's awesome. That is awesome. They're going to go handoff up the middle. That one is going to gain about 3. So a cool moment for the Dominguez bunch as Aiden and Dylan on the field at the same time. Senior and a freshman, and I look back and I see Dad beaming from ear to ear, and a special moment. Dominguez's have been so kind and supportive of not only YSN but me personally. So happy to see that. That's got to be a cool moment for little brother and big brother alike. Handoff up the middle. Flag comes in. Oh, that went off of a body there. After the old Orlando Brown magic a few years ago, referees have been told to kind of not target players.
Chop block on the Red Devils. I couldn't think of his first name. I knew his last name was Brown.
Is that? Yeah, it did end his career. But now his son's in the league?
Yeah.
Ravens, right?
Yes.
Ugh. Yikes. I was under the impression that was a personal foul. That's not the case? Illegal chop block?
10-yard penalty.
Huh. Learn something new every day. 2 receivers split out to the right, 1 to the left. A sidecar to the right of Daniels in the backfield. Man in motion. Daniels going to drop back and quickly fire it over. This one going to be incomplete. The pass intended for Ethan Strahan. Strahan listed as a 5'11", 175-pound senior.
As has been the case all night, not a lot of time for Daniels in the backfield. The Raider defense is in his face as soon as he turns around.
35-0 here. Raiders obviously doing all their, the clock is rolling. Mercy clock is on, but the Raiders did all of their damage to this point in the first half. Haven't even touched the ball up until the moment you're going to see right now is Lindstrom will call for the fair catch. No, that's not. That's Pennick calls for the fair catch. And the Raiders will take over in their territory with a running clock. The 50-50 coming out.
Ooh. And as we suspected, some of the first-teamers still on the sidelines.
So Ethan Zinn's going to come out for South Range. Ethan and Billy were in a quarterback kind of race to the starting job in the offseason, and Ethan pretty much can tell you he would start almost anywhere else other than South Range, and he was fighting for the job early on. They go handoff. Dominguez looking down into the right side and taps the boundary and moves the chains just the same. First down, Raiders.
Yeah, you're not going to see anything special from here on out, I don't believe, for the Raiders offense. Just keep that clock rolling like it's going to all the rest of the second half and get out of here with a victory.
Dominguez, 13 carries in the first half, 126 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Workmanlike.
Again, and this is a guy that's probably not getting the near amount of carries that he should because they're blowing teams out. The margin
spread
of
the
victory.
ball around.
Talked to Coach about the margin of victory. I don't know if you got to see that at halftime, but Coach, again, doesn't care about the margin of victory. It is impressive because, as you and I have talked about, this offense has been highlighted for all year. What can they do? What can't they do? And now you look at their defense, you go, uh-oh. That's big time.
You know, and we acknowledge the league that they play in.
Yes.
And it's almost a murderer's row every week, so the defense has to show up to play.
Around the corner, Starkey looking for some room. He's going to have first down and more inside the 30, getting down near the 25-yard line. They're going to stop him short at the 27, and that will, again, thank you, Paul Munson, for that. Saving a little bit of his voice, probably going to need it the next couple weeks. Clock already down to 7 minutes. This is going to be a don't blink or you might miss it, as we're going to get a stoppage quickly here. False start. Excuse me. What's been the most impressive? I mean, when you think about all the football you've watched, what's been the most impressive part of tonight's game?
It's just the pure execution of a game plan.
The ease of excellence?
But you can't take it away from the kids. I mean, they're just out there doing what they are supposed to do, they're coached to do all week. They've been coached all season. And you're in week 12.
Mm-hmm.
Long season. They've been going at it since the beginning of August, some into July, and it hasn't stopped.
Handoff and trying to find some running room inside the 30-yard line, and taken down is Tyler Remish, the baby bull. His brother, Peyton, at Slippery Rock, doing his thing.
And, you know, from a distance, it doesn't appear that they take it for granted. Their execution, they just don't show up, roll the ball out. We had this talk earlier about, you know, certain time when you know a certain team's ability, you just tend to roll the ball out and just show up. This team doesn't do it.
Zins goes handoff in the backfield, and it's going to be taken down Remish for a loss. They're going to say no gain, and it brings up third down for South Range. Clock ticks down to 5:30. I'm so impressed, and one of the things, and I know this isn't a big rah-rah team necessarily, you know, they know what their assignment is and they go get it. They don't need the pep talks, but I'd be interested to see if a guy like Peyton Remish and Anello Bazzacco, and as this ball handed off the left side, trying to find some space and dancing up along the sidelines and getting close to, if not a first down. Let's see where they mark it. Looks like they're going to be a little short.
Good run by Ewart.
Ewart got a touchdown last week. But where I was going with that, the last team to go 10-0 was Tyler Remish's brother, Peyton's team. And it'd be nice to have them back and just say what it was like to be under. I mean, made it further than any Raider team has in the last 4 years. Having some of those guys come back that have done it in the burgundy and gold. This up the middle. My goodness. Ethan Zins, quicker than a hiccup, getting over and into inside the 10-yard line. They're going to mark him at the 8.
He saw that goal line, accelerated to the secondary quickly.
Yeah, he wastes no time. First and goal on the 8. Clock ticks down to 4 minutes now. Raiders have held the ball the majority of the quarter. Handoff, and Crestwood going to stack up the back in the backfield and drive them backwards. Is that Ewart? Hunter off. So now things will pick up for the Raiders. Some different play call strategy. See what you got in Ethan Zins in the arm.
You never know.
You know what they say about backup quarterbacks? They're always one play away.
Play away.
Zinn's going to take it himself, uses his legs. Inside the 5-yard line he goes, down towards the goal line. He's down to the 3.
Good physical run by the quarterback.
Yeah, Zinn's is a hard-nosed, tough kid, and I'm talking nails.
You know, it'll be interesting going forward. When this would be right now they're in the midst of their 3rd consecutive shutout.
Mm-hmm.
We still have a whole another quarter to play. I know what you're going to say.
But very quiet. We'll hunt and goose eggs.
There goes Zinzin for another score.
There's another one. Touch down Raiders.
How do you keep your kids on edge? You know, and as a coach, that's tough. That's tough to do.
I got to be honest. I think that the
shiny ball at the end of
the big trophy.
Yeah.
Hunting goose eggs.
Yeah.
You know, there's kids here that understand what it takes to win a state championship. You know, some of their brothers were on the team, and you've heard the legend of obviously what the baseball team's done, but they want to go back to being known as a football school. You know what I mean?
They're there. They are there.
Kick is up. Kick is good. And with 2:43 left to go, we'll take a break. Back after this.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, shop with confidence knowing we're ready to go the extra mile for you. With the largest selection of used vehicles in the Valley, backed by the Greenwood Advantage Warranty. Only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Coca's Pizza, proud to announce our pizza buffet's back every Wednesday at our Boardman and Campfield locations. Adults only $7.99 and kids only $4.99, and $2 beers starting at 8 o'clock. That's Coca's Pizza. We serve it hot.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Located on South Avenue in Boardman.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. DJ Oakley, Chris Sigler with you. 2:43 to go in the 3rd quarter. Raiders up 42-0. Hunting goose eggs again here at home. The return, just as we say that, the return out over the 40-yard line. And that's where the Red Devils will start their next possession. Trying to get something on the board. You say that you want to finish on a positive note. When you're looking at that scoreboard and there's not a whole lot of excitement on your side, what's a positive moral victory for you at this point?
Just go play hard and don't quit.
There it is.
You're not quitting, and I don't expect any of these kids to quit. You're in the second round of the playoffs. There's your timeout.
And there is a timeout. Timeout on the field. We'll take a timeout as well real quick. Pay some bills. This one brought to you by our friends over at
Going from mindful to mindful sometimes requires a helping, healing hand. Insight Clinical Counseling and Wellness offers a continuum of mental health and wellness care. At Insight, we're changing the way you receive counseling and wellness services with experienced licensed clinicians and expertly trained wellness staff. With 4 locations in Mahoning and Columbiana County, along with telehealth services, Insight offers clients quick access to care when they need it. Transform your mental health and wellness at Insight Clinical Counseling and Wellness.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. DJ Oakley, Chris Sigler with you. Timeout Raiders. And they back everybody up to the black line at the bottom. Well, you can't see it. On the Raiders sideline. First down and 10 at the 41-yard line. 2:20 to go for Crestwood here in quarter number 3. Running clock will start as it has already.
You're playing for pride right now if you're Crestwood.
100%. And there's a lot to be had. Daniels, quick look to the right side. He's going to take off and run it. Throws. Nice little pass. Sidearms that one. Slings it up to the 50-yard line where it's going to be close to, if not a first down, and that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to move the chains.
You know, the senior Daniels does have some pretty nice ability as a quarterback. He just hasn't had a lot of time, and he's ran into this buzzsaw defense all night long.
6'2", 180, he's got the frame.
Sure does.
You know what I mean? And we just saw him arm slot. He's changing the arm slot a little bit. So you can see how they got here. Yeah. They're an athletic bunch.
Yeah.
But you're rolling against 65 kids on the other sideline.
Yep. And that ball rolled down the mountain really quick, and just get out of the way.
2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Daniels is going to back it up. Looking. He's going to step up, looks to fire. Fires on a jump throw, and that one's going to be incomplete. Oh! It's picked, baby! What an athletic play! Isaiah Slaybaugh! What a play!
That was something else.
Sweet 16 comes through with a big play, and everybody's fired up right now. You look down to the sidelines. Oh, my gosh. Chris Colucci's going bananas.
That just reminded me of you're in the dead sleep in the middle of the night and your alarm clock goes off and you vault out of bed. That's exactly what the sideline looked like right there. They just all came alive.
Do you ever have
that
those
unbelievable play?
You're ever just like riding a bike and all of a sudden you fall and you do the jump in your sleep? To me, that's what I thought of. Ah!
I'll go with the leg cramp in the middle of the night.
There you go. Daggone leg cramps. False start on the Raiders. That'll back them up 5, but it will not lower the excitement on that sideline. Raider Stadium abuzz right now. The last game to be played in 2021 with the burgundy and gold involved, at least, in this stadium. And another penalty, another false start. It's going to back the Raiders up again. And I think this is how the officials keep this one in check.
Yeah. Luckily, the clock does not stop in
it
those situations, so we just keep going.
Handoff, right side, trying to find some room. Is going to be Hunter off. Gets a couple. And second down and 14.
That's going to be it for the third quarter.
That is going to be it. So the Raiders will walk off. We'll flip sides. We'll be back right after this on YSN. Thanks for tuning in. This break brought to you by Boardman Mitsubishi.
For a great vehicle and a great experience, come to Boardman Mitsubishi today. As always, our full lineup of Mitsubishi models comes with a standard 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Boardman Mitsubishi, your hometown Mitsubishi dealer since 1999.
Working with your family can be stressful at times, but because they're family, you know that you're going to get a loving, honest answer, even when things don't make sense to any problem. Dealing with Medicare can be confusing and overwhelming. That's why here at Myers Family Insurance, we do our best to give you honest and caring answers to all of your questions. Family, like Medicare, isn't always perfect, but when you put others first, the results can be amazing.
For all your Medicare needs, call Myers Family Insurance.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. DJ Oakley, Chris Sigler with you. A big turnover there by Slaybaugh with a pick, and the Raiders 2nd and 14. And the clock starts on quarter number 4 here on YSN. Raiders going to take as much time as humanly possible, run the play clock dry, and then run the play. Trying to find some room up the middle, maybe off to the left side just a tad.
In theory, it doesn't matter how much time they let off the play clock because the clock's not stopping anyhow, but I think it's just a matter of running less plays.
Has that ever happened?
What's that?
Just take all the penalties and take all the clock? Like, why run another play? It's not a bad idea.
No.
And you know what? That might be one of those things where you look across the sideline and just be like, hey, we're done here. But, again, an opportunity for letting your kids get some experience here at the varsity level in a playoff game. Week 12. There's
freshman quarterback in the second round of the OHSA playoffs.
Is it Toy?
It is.
Left side, some space, some operating room, and the Raiders will have a first down. Brady Crumbacher, the sophomore, makes an appearance. 2 names that are well-known here in South Range. Toy to Crumbacher.
Good-looking ball by the freshman.
Oh, you don't even know. That name is synonymous with South Range. Oh, no. And we have a penalty?
Yep.
Back him up. It should be first down. Guess not.
This is great when you can get some freshmen in the game in the second round of the playoffs, something these kids will never forget.
No, and again, opportunities. You know, when they go to school on Monday, they did the same thing last week. When they go on school on Monday, Hey, I got in. Did you see me? Yep. See that awesome pass I had?
That's right.
Toy able to handle the exchange. Throws it up. It's picked off. This could be trouble. This could be the end of the goose egg. And it will be. No flags down, and Crestwood is on the board. Almost said Crestview. And that is something that young Toy will learn from, because you take a bad situation and unfortunately you make it worse by trying to make a play.
Make a play. You're going to get so many opportunities, and he's trying to make a play.
And you understand why. I mean, there's not a coach down there that is going to sit there and say, listen, I blame you for that because of the limited opportunity, but moving forward, this is what you do instead. Right. It's a coaching point. It's a learning opportunity.
And I'm willing to bet you probably don't even have to tell him.
No.
He knows. You get to high school level football, you've been around the game long enough that you walk off the field and you're just, man, I shouldn't have done that.
His last name didn't get on the front of this place because they didn't know anything about football. Let's put it that way.
There you go.
42-6. Crestwood gets a pick 6. And they're going to run fake. Why not, I guess, They're going to try to get to that corner, and had as much success as the Steelers did when they tried to run that fake field goal. So we'll take a break. Be back. Raiders get the ball back after this on what?
Teams work hard and give it all they've got. Well, so does ours, because 21 Sports and YSN give you extra effort when covering local sports. 21 Sports and YSN, winning coverage of our Valley's teams.
Planning a project around your home or rental property? Trust the electrical service to the local experts with 62 years of serving the Mahoning Valley. Joe Dickey Electric is your local go-to source for responsive, reliable residential electrical work. From everyday maintenance and repairs to new installations, electrical upgrades, and safety inspections, no job is too big or too small. Call Joe Dickey Electric today, 800-549-3976, or visit DickeyElectric.com. That's DickeyElectric.com.
Dealing with Medicare can be confusing and overwhelming. That's why here at Myers Family Insurance, we do our best to give you honest and caring answers to all of your questions. Family, like Medicare, isn't always perfect, but when you put others first, the results can be amazing.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. DJ Oakley, Chris Sigler with you, trying to get an update from the Garfield game. I got it on Twitter right here. It's 30-14, G-Men over the Big Reds. So that looks like it's going to be Kirtland versus Garrettsville Garfield, which will have a lot of people's attention around here, as Garraway and South Range are on a crash course for next week as well, and the location will be determined tomorrow.
Last update, Garraway was leading 41-7.
See you next week, guys. That is going to be fielded and down.
Felt like we've seen that before.
At the 16-yard line or so for South Range. 42-6 your score. 9:18 clock paused at the moment as they move the chains, and it'll get going here on the referee's call. Garraway. Next victim.
Next victim.
They see it otherwise, I'm sure.
Sure.
But it's one of those situations where, again, one goal for one team and one community. And this South Range faithful and this South Range football team, they're going to play South Range football, whatever that looks like.
I'm looking forward to it.
I am too.
I tell you, again, I've talked about it repeatedly tonight about the defense. And
third false start on the Raiders in the last two series, and Coach Yeagley is furious.
He's hot.
And you don't see that very often from Dan Yeagley, walking out to midfield and addressing the situation. Timeout taken by South Range, and I'm a little fired up.
He's hot.
Head ball coach out there getting making the night a little warmer.
He's still going. He's got a big lead, and he's still coaching. You got to love it.
I'll tell you what, I've said it before, and I'll say it a zillion more times. There's not a whole lot of guys that I'd want to coach me or my kids other than Coach Dan Yeagley, because he cares a lot. Handoff
Good run.
is going to be up to the 20-yard line, so near another first down. Raiders ticking the time down to 8:25. I'm gonna have to talk to him about that last timeout though. Like it's not warm here. Oh, okay. All right, I see. Defense might be spurring some things. Is that a warning or is that a pat? What is that? Is that a personal foul? Unsportsmanlike conduct, right?
One would think.
Don't know. I'm not a referee, and I sure as hell don't play one on TV. They probably get paid less to play one on TV than actually doing the real thing. Raiders trying to take. They got 22 seconds to take this one all the way down.
It's running anyhow.
Toy can have a sandwich at that point. Handoff and some running room for Knopf on the right side. First down is going to be there.
Good run by Knopf. So, Garraway next week. We were talking. A little homework today.
Ooh.
Preparation for this, right?
Preparation.
All right. Yeah, there it is.
As long as it's not in Perry, we're good.
That's right. 5 shutouts this year that team has put up.
Oh, boy.
So before tonight's game, 6 points a game they're giving up this year.
Are there any common opponents? Do you know that?
I did not look that up. I doubt it. I would think the only one you could have maybe had a chance was with maybe Southeast, but we know that they didn't play.
Are there any? Well, we'll have to look that up. Any common opponents of anybody that any of our teams have played?
Yeah.
Up the middle for a handoff. Raiders move it up a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Clock down to 7 minutes and counting.
I don't care who you are. You're giving up 6 points a game. You're showing up. I mean, and the Raiders too. 14 points a game is nothing to slap at. So, and their defense didn't give up the last touchdown. So
that's true.
It's gonna.
And that's why the defense is going to be like a hornet's nest on Monday. Because there's a lot of pride in hanging that 0 on the scoreboard.
You know, and Garraway's offense, 33 points a game. South Range, 44 points a game. So it's gonna be a humdinger next week.
Toy going to take off the right side, broken play, and he's going to be wrestled down along the sidelines. Oh! Let's not get crazy down there.
Good officiating there. Let it go. Let's just move on.
Clock down to 6 minutes.
Biggest challenge for Coach Yeagley this week. What do you think?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think that it's going to come down to keeping them in check. And what I mean by that is every week I get closer and closer to getting to ask the question, all right, we're here. It's Garrett, or it's Kirtland and it's South Range. This is what everybody wanted. This is what everybody gets. There's still a dangerous team on both sides of that bracket in Garraway and in Garrettsville Garfield. I think Garfield, there was a lot of people that said LeBray was going to roll Garfield earlier this year. Garfield knows how to make you play their game, and I think that's the most dangerous thing of all. Mm-hmm. Garraway, I don't have a whole lot of tape on yet. I'm excited to get to it, but listen, I really think that dinner's being served by the Raiders, so you're going to eat what they give you. So, the turnovers or lack of that South Range has provided this year, 2 tonight, which is unorthodox to say the least. But that defense holding strong. Like, how do you beat them? It's like you're trying to fight Superman without any kryptonite.
I think how you beat them, honestly, is keep the ball away from them.
That's true.
We haven't seen too many teams be able to put long drives together to keep their offense off the field.
But in order to do that, you have to beat their defense, which is just as strong as their offense.
And you can't let them jump out to a lead.
Absolutely.
I mean, every game I've seen this year, obviously, look at the scores. They've been out of the gate like a thoroughbred. You got to play catch up, and all of a sudden, the other team's out of their game plan real quick.
There's a lot of people that will probably, if you've watched South Range football for a long time, you'll understand where I'm going. If the Raiders have a lead in the second half, it's over, because they know how to play quote-unquote South Range football. If it's a close game, the Raiders have the advantage. The only chance you have is to put a lot of points up early, and nobody has been able to do that for a very, very long time. And I'm talking seasons. Oh, wow. So off of the timeout, encroachment, and that will move the Sticks 5 yards. A free first down for South Range. And a little play out of the Crestwood playbook right there. 4, yeah. Or is that all 4 of them? All 4 teams undefeated going into next week. So somebody's season goes up in flames who otherwise had a perfect season.
Well, you get to the regional semis, you're there for a reason. I don't care who you are.
Yeah, there's no more soft games.
There's not.
You know,
there is not. And that's when you're going to find out how well prepared you are. All the work you put in all season long, and like you said, how much you can keep yourself in check. I mean, that's to me, and you answered the question how I wanted you to answer it, is like, that's going to be his biggest challenge is don't worry about the game 2 weeks from now.
And I think they're going to be okay there. I really do think they'll be okay there because they've done it for 12 weeks at this point. You know what I mean? Everybody worried about the Hubbard game. Everybody worries about the – like, they've been doing this.
Yep.
I mean, this is part of their season now, is listening to people talk about how great they are. But the great thing that this team has done, and I want to give credit to the staff, but I certainly want to give more credit to the kids, is they have not let any of that garbage in, and they have not let any of their laundry out.
Absolutely.
2 receivers to the right. Handoff to the left. Little misdirection. Some running room and taken out at about the 20-yard line. Another nice run. This time it's Landon Moore, the sophomore, 6'2", 158.
You know, they've shown the ability to flip the switch. You know, waiting till the last week against Hubbard, you knew it was a big game where they've had their way with previous opponents, and they were able to flip the switch right now.
You know what's and again, being able to watch that Hubbard game and see the emotion that they played with, we haven't seen it again. And how dangerous was that team with that much emotion? They looked at this like an opportunity. You know, they looked at that moment to shut down TC Caffey. They looked at that moment to shut up the naysayers. And guess what? You got next week, yeah. But, again, I'll be that guy. Kirtland better watch out because at 52 wins, the longest winning streak in the nation, we got a couple wrecking balls that are burgundy and gold that are looking to do some special things this year, and they can't do it without getting past a team like Kirtland. But I'm going to call me crazy. Garfield might be able to do it before South Range even gets there.
To me, it doesn't matter. Just line the next guy up. Sure, it'd be nice to see the other team like you're saying.
Yep.
I wouldn't care if it's Garfield. I don't
At
care
that point, it doesn't matter. It's a nameless gray face.
The Steelers, the Buckeyes, the Irish. I don't care.
Well, I know they could score on the Buckeyes.
Easy. We're going to get out there and play. We know the goal is at hand, and we're really close.
Clock ticks down under 2 minutes. Crestwood might not see the football back unless South Range scores here. Toy goes right side, a little misdirection again. And play is made by Crestwood.
We were talking, next week's game is to be determined. Site, it'll be determined tomorrow.
You think Canton?
Probably in the Canton area. Garaway is southwest, Tuscarawas County. So Canton, Minerva area is pretty equal distance. Has turf.
Minerva.
That's a must in this part of the playoffs.
Minerva wouldn't be bad.
It would not. It's a nice facility there. So
School
we'll see.
that we've tried to get a hold of. Dropping back. Toy throws up a dime. Corner of the end zone. Caught it!
Great catch.
Who was it? It's Crummy. Crummy got it.
Great throw and catch at the end of the game.
That was a lollipop, and it was perfectly placed in that corner of the end zone, and Crumbacher brings it in. Toy to Crumbacher. Hey, in 3 years, I'll bet you hear that a few times.
That makes you smile right there. Great job.
That is going to be a dynamic duo for the next 3 years that you are going to hear a ton. 2 years, I guess. Starkey on the tackle on the extra. That one is good. And it is 49-6. Raiders take this lead a little bit deeper. We'll take a timeout. Back after this on YS.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, shop with confidence knowing we're ready to go the extra mile for you. With the largest selection of used vehicles in the Valley, backed by the Greenwood Advantage Warranty. Only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Going from mindful to mindful sometimes requires a helping, healing hand. Insight Clinical Counseling and Wellness offers a continuum of mental health and wellness care. At Insight, we're changing the way you receive counseling and wellness services with experienced licensed clinicians and expertly trained wellness staff. With 4 locations in Mahoning and Columbiana County, along with telehealth services, Insight offers clients quick access to care when they need it. Transform your mental health and wellness at Insight Clinical Counseling and Wellness.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Located on South Avenue in Boardman.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Excuse me, 55 seconds to go in the ball game. And we are ready to wrap this one up. We'll get the final stats. Player of the game. No sideline reporter tonight, so there will be no interview after the game live, but we'll try and get down to Coach Yeagley and some of the players after this one wraps up. We got some time. Got a couple minutes. Now would be a great time to hit that playlist button on your screen, top right corner, and get on to another game. You paid for it. Might as well get the most bang for your buck at this point. Crestwood brings it up to about 35-yard line. This is where you got to just one run and done.
Yep. Warm up the bus.
Clock is down to 29 seconds. I might do the remote starter up here, partner.
It's chilly. Hard to believe it's November already.
But it's nice and warm when you're holding up that trophy in December.
That's right. It sure is. There's no doubt about it.
I don't think Crestwood's even going to take a snap. I think they're just going to be okay with walking this one off. Clock ticking down to 15 seconds. They're going to have to do one snap at least.
Yeah. Put it up. Why not?
I can think of 6 reasons. They run the play to the near side of the field and bottled up, and that is going to do it for the ball game. Your final score, South Range 49, the Red Devils 6. The Raiders on to week 13 next week against what we feel is going to be Garaway. We will keep you updated on ysnlive.com all this week. Tomorrow, make sure you stay tuned to our social media sites, letting you know where we play and where we will be at YSN. That's going to do it for us. On behalf of Chris Sigler, Randy Dominguez, my name is DJ Yoakley saying good night, everybody. We're the Raiders. Hoist the colors, 49-6.
This broadcast stream is copyrighted by Yoakley Scott Corporation, LLC. Any other use of this telecast, any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without YSN's consent is prohibited.